Alrighty, so this is question number 3 from the 2018 exam. And so if we read through it, it says seagrasses are aquatic plants that reproduce sexually. Male seagrass flowers produce sticky pollen that is carried by circulating water to female flowers, resulting in fertilization. A researcher claims that mobile aquatic invertebrates can also transfer pollen from male to female flowers in the absence of circulating water. To investigate this claim, the researchers set up aquariums to model the possible interactions between the invertebrates and seagrasses. So for part A, it says to draw the appropriate symbols in the negative control aquarium and the experimental aquarium, and then do not use the symbols more than once. And so if we go down to the little boxes, all you'd need to draw in the first one is, for the negative control, is the square and the circle for the pollen and the flower, and then in the experimental, you draw those same two, and then you draw the little invertebrate thing. So that's all you'd need to do for the part A. And then part B says, identify the dependent variable of the experiment. So in this, you could do 3 things, but they all really lead to the same thing. The first possibility would be the number of pollen grains on the flowers is something that you could measure. Remember, dependent variables is what we measure. The next thing is you could say the number of seeds that were fertilized. Or maybe you might say the number of offspring produced. Now, all 3 of those things give you the same conclusion. They give you the same information. It's, did the pollen get to the flower? And so in all 3 of those, if we would measure those, would tell us that. And so then the second part of B is to predict. And so you would predict that the number of flowers or the number of seeds or the number of offspring would be greater in the experimental And so that's it. That's how you would answer